Jobs and occupations. Teacher. Teacher. Someone whose job is to teach in a school or college. Plumber. Plumber. A person whose job is to supply and connect or repair water pipes, baths, toilets, etc. Police officer. Police officer. A male or female member of the police force. Painter. Painter. Someone whose job is to paint surfaces, such as walls and doors. Fisherman. Fisherman. Someone who catches fish, especially as a job. Doctor. Doctor. Person with a medical degree whose job is to treat people who are ill or hurt. Dancer. Dancer. Someone who dances either as a job or for pleasure. Comedian. Comedian. A person whose job is to make people laugh by telling jokes and funny stories or by copying the behavior or speech of famous people. Barber. Barber. A man whose job is cutting men's hair. Carpenter. Carpenter. A person whose job is making and repairing wooden objects and structures. Lawyer. Lawyer. Someone whose job is to give advice to people about the law and speak for them in court. Baker. Baker. A person whose job is to make bread and cakes for sale, or to sell bread and cakes. Butcher. Butcher. A person who sells meat in a shop. Cook. Cook. Someone who prepares and cooks food. Farmer. Farmer. Someone who owns or takes care of a farm. Fireman. Fireman. A man whose job is to stop unwanted fires from burning. Gardener. Gardener. Someone who works in a garden, growing and taking care of plants. Journalist. Journalist. A person who writes news stories or articles for a newspaper or magazine or broadcasts them on radio or television. Judge. Judge. A person who is in charge of a trial in a court and decides how a person who is guilty of a crime should be punished, or who makes decisions on legal matters. Mechanic. Mechanic. Someone whose job is repairing the engines of vehicles and other machines. Postman. Postman. Someone whose job is to deliver and collect letters, etc. that are sent by post. Nurse. Nurse. A person whose job is to care for people who are ill or injured, especially in a hospital. Soldier. Soldier. A person who is in an army and wears its uniform, especially someone who fights when there is a war. Pilot. Pilot. A person who flies an aircraft. Secretary. Secretary. Someone who works in an office, writing letters, making phone calls, and arranging meetings for a person or for an organization. Singer. Singer. A person who sings, ESP, someone whose job is singing. Taxi driver. Taxi driver. A person who drives a taxi as a job. Waiter. Waiter. A man whose job is to bring the food to customers at their tables in a restaurant. Engineer. Engineer. A person whose job is to design or build machines, engines, or electrical equipment, or things such as roads, railways, or bridges, using scientific principles.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.